Today the weather's a little bit overcast, cold, so I'm taking an opportunity really to start putting more frames together, and I have to come up with a plan to shift to hives. So I'll explain that in a second. So I'll turn you around, you can have a look how full my shed's becoming again. Now, of course, this will all go out pretty soon, and it won't be as crowded. So I'm going to turn you around, I'll just show you what I've done. So there's some painting to do. I'm assembling super frames at the moment because condor apiary, the 3 hives up there are actually at 80% across all frames. So I'm going to have to move my fingers when it comes to that. So I'm going to put supers on there tomorrow, maybe, and get those guys going as far as production's concerned. So they're doing well anyway. So I'll give you an update tomorrow. Okay, other stuff then. I'll switch you on around and you can have a look. Just bear with me. So as you can see here, I'm starting to get the supers together for condor. So I'm just putting them together. I'll talk about this down here in a minute. You're probably curious to what that is. I'll explain in a second. Okay, so we have Langstroth hives here, which I'm putting together, ready for paint. So these guys, these hives are going to be for 2 of the colonies currently in the garden. Again, I'll show you those in a second. So these 2 here, Langstroths, are going up to cottage apiary, where I can start the colonies off there. That's the intention. So the one you see there, that's my starter nuke. So when I start to go into the regime of queen rearing, I'm going to use this. It's a Langstroth. The reason I've done that is because the bigger frames give me more scope to, how can I say, the time frame between having to change frames out and put in blank foundation. It just gives me that time factor. So that's the reason I'm choosing Langstroth now. I seem to be going that way in terms of equipment. Again, it gives me more time in between colonies, so I can change things out and get on top of things pretty good. So that's the plan. So I'm going to take you outside now and show you what I was talking about. So I'll just get rid of these supers just for a second, and I'll explain what the problem that I'm up against. All right. So as you can see from here, I've got a Langstroth brood box, and I managed to get on the internet are these, which are like conversion type things. So in other words, I can put things like national frames in there. So I can put a couple in there, and the bees can then migrate across to the empty foundation. So here lies the problem. Right, I'm going to show you now the 2 issues that I do have. Right, so we'll just go outside. Okay, so the first one we've got is this hive here. So this one I'm going to transfer to a Langstroth because I need the Abello boxes. And it was a bit of a hybrid setup because it was a swarm capture. These guys are doing really well in there. They're strong, they're producing brood, and obviously queen right. So I'm going to transfer these across. Because they're national frames is where I need those adapters that you saw in the brood box. So that's my first problem. This one, not so bad. However, the mated nuke. So the story behind this one is I originally put a colony of bees in there to draw the comb out of this box and this box. The reason I did that is because it saves me time in terms of when we come to do our queen rearing, that the mating nuke's going to be in a condition where it's good to go. So that was the plan. However, the frames are really small. So I'm going to have to come up with something a little bit ingenious or thinking outside the box to accommodate the small frames and to put them into a Langstroth. So this colony, good colony, it was one of our own bred queens. She's doing really well, lots of brood in here. So I have to come up with something. Any ideas, suggestions? Go for it. Put them in the comments below. Maybe you've experienced something similar. Okie dokie. So that's our mated nuke ready to be dismantled shortly. I'm waiting for a warmer spell in the weather and we can go for it. These guys doing well. And the colony is expanding really quick. So we have to keep an eye on this one. As you can see, probably there's all bee poo all over the front of this. So yeah, that's a good sign. But you also see a few dead bees. So these guys must have been caught out in the rain. So I'm going to leave them for now, and we'll see what happens. It looks like most of them are dead, but you never know. A couple of guys at the back. Unfortunately, bee fans, this is what happens. We do lose bees. Their lifespan's not great, and you can see a few individuals here. So yeah, all right. So that's the plan over this weekend, coming up with something to sort out that hive and, of course, the mating nuke. Okay. So as you can see now, I'm doing super frames, so I'm getting all those together. Once I've done that, I'm going to do some more stuff, like more national frames. So although I've got quite a good collection initially down here, you can see them under there, we still need more. So as you know, most beekeepers that are watching this, it is intensive as far as equipment. So I'm going to be pretty much all day putting these together, and that means that I'll get plenty to go around, because the weather's coming, the good weather that is, so I need to be prepared as much as I can. All right, fans, we'll see you all soon with the next video tomorrow. I'm going to try and put them into episodes, one so you can keep track, and certainly me. So that's it for now. Speak to you all soon and see you all soon. Remember, like, subscribe, comment for the YouTube users. Just as a reminder, there's still a lot of folk out there not subscribed to the channel, so please go for it. It helps me out, and if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, it means I can monetize, which means I can plow some cash back into this concern. My plan still remains the same, is to preserve honeybees in our local area and produce local produce for the local community. That's the idea. So with expense as it is nowadays, I am trying to stay ahead of the power curve, but it's very difficult as far as some of the equipment prices, etc., etc. But hey ho, it is what it is at the moment. All right, so see you all soon, and I'll see you on the next episode. Cheerio. Bye-bye.